Hi, I'm Amber. I'm 26 years old, and I have kind of a weird confession to make. I just can't stop thinking about dick. The way it looks, how hard it is when I squeeze it in my hand, how good it feels when it slides inside me, filling me up. Ugh, I'm getting myself so wet just thinking about it. All I want is a big, thick dick inside of me. I just want to get held down and screwed. I just want a dick to suck. Why is it so hard to find a buddy these days? Like, I just want to be able to call you up and say, I'm horny, come over. Have you show up to my place, bend me over, and screw me like the dirty little slut I am. Then, when we're done, leave. I don't want to cuddle. I don't want to be your soulmate. I don't want to meet your parents. I just want you to come over whenever I'm horny and stuff me like a Thanksgiving turkey. Is that too freaking much to ask? Ugh, I can't deal with this horniness. It's driving me to distraction. I've had to sneak off to the bathroom to masturbate at work 3 different times this week. It's gotten so bad that yesterday I was so horny I literally almost died. I'm serious. In the morning before work, I was browsing the Huffington Post on my phone when I read this story about a 40-year-old woman who f***ed her best friend's 18-year-old son. I was so turned on during my drive to work that I couldn't help but start fingering myself. And I crashed my freaking car. But here's the crazy part. When I get like this, literally anybody with a dick will do. If I had a man in bed with me right now, it wouldn't even matter his looks or age. Hell, he could be 70 years old, bald, short, fat. I'd force feed him Viagra, then suck him like a vacuum until he blew his yummy load in my mouth. Seriously. I mean, he could have 3 eyes and no arms for all I care. It's fine. I'll stick a bag over his head, then ride him like a bitch in heat. And guys just don't get it. When I'm horny, I just need a dick inside me. And I really don't care too much who it happens to be attached to. Like, I'm not looking at all your little flaws and imperfections, dude. I don't care about the mole on your left cheek or how your teeth are a little crooked. I just need a penis inside me now. And if you happen to have one, that's good enough for me. 'Cause like, I'm not trying to get married to you, man. And I'm so busy at work right now that I definitely don't have time for a serious relationship. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a picky girl and I have high standards for the type of guy I'll date. And if I'm looking for a boyfriend or a husband, then yeah, he has to tick all my boxes. 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, and mid-6 figures a year income. Non-negotiable. But when I want a buddy, I don't care about any of those things. As long as you're down to come over and bang me whenever I need you, day or night, and you're enthusiastic about it. In fact, it would actually be better if you're short or fat or unemployed or look like a gargoyle or something. Because at least then, I'm not going to catch feelings. And that way, we can just continue to use each other for sex for as long as possible without getting too attached. Is that really so much to ask?
Warning. The following presentation is controversial and may be offensive to women and married men, and it's only for single or divorced men who want to have no strings attached sex and sleep with a different woman every day. If you're looking for a wife, a girlfriend, or an exclusive relationship, exit this page immediately. This customized video is only for you if you want a sex buddy now.
Hey, I'm Mike, and what you just heard was a real confession from a real woman. And if it's not already crystal clear by now, yes, women like sex too, they love getting banged, and the dirty little secret, women are hornier than men. And in this video, I'll prove it, and I'm also going to reveal what I've learned from hundreds of interviews with real women, including how to convince any girl to be your bang buddy, no matter what you look like or what age you are. A bang buddy is a girl you call up anytime, you just shoot her a text, and she shows up at your doorstep wearing a short skirt and no panties, ready to get bent over and banged. Which means you'll be able to get laid with beautiful women without going to bars and nightclubs, without approaching any women, and without even leaving the comfort of your own couch. Because girls will just show up at your front door to bang you whenever you call them. I'm also going to reveal one deadly flirting mistake you've been making with women, which is scaring girls away and making them think you're a creep. It's not your fault, because pickup artists have actually told you that doing this is a good thing, but it's not. And in fact, 3 fairly well-known pickup artists were recently charged with attempted rape for following this common advice, so you must avoid making this very dangerous mistake. And last but not least, I'm going to reveal 2 magic sentences you can say to a girl which make her want to give you a blowjob before you've even had a first date. and they work every time. Whether she's a coworker, a classmate, or that one girl you've always had a crush on, if you can get her alone and say these 2 sentences to her, she'll offer to come over to your place and give you a blowjob that very same night. It's very cool, and I've personally used this trick to get blowjobs from 9 different girls this month. 5 of those were women I'd met less than an hour before, so trust me, you're going to want to stick around to hear this. Those 3 tips are coming up in just a moment, yet before we get to that, I need to tell you a quick sex story, because right now I'm sitting beside my bed. 8 hours ago, in that same bed, I was railing my best female friend Kira doggy style. Kira's 22 years old, she's around 5'5", and she's tiny, super petite, except she's got these huge double D boobs that burst out of her bra and the most mouth-watering bubble butt you've ever seen. She is genuinely one of my best female friends, but aside from being great friends, we also enjoy having sex whenever we're together. See, me and Kira have a special kind of relationship. She does whatever I tell her to do and obeys my rules like they're law. When I say strip, her dress hits the floor. When I say get on your knees, she does it like a trained lapdog. Her body is my property and is accessible to me at all times. In fact, one of my rules for Kira is that she must wear skirts or dresses at all times, and she is never allowed to wear underwear, so I can have easy access to her whenever I want. Yet, just a few years ago, I was in the friend zone with Kira, big time, and I thought there wasn't a snowball's chance in hell of getting out of it. Back then, I was going through a pretty rough period in my life. I couldn't get a single match from online dating, and women at bars and clubs wouldn't even make eye contact with me. Felt like there was something seriously wrong with me, like I must be some kind of hideous troll or ogre or something. Because when you're a grown man and you've never had sex before, it really messes with your head. And being so deprived of sex, I became completely obsessed with it. I jerked off to porn 5, 6, 7 times a day. I was badly addicted to it. Had all these weird fantasies that I don't even want to say here because they were just so fucked up. I had a dusty old condom in my wallet that I had since I was 12, and that condom, never used, became like a symbol of my total failure with the opposite sex. And I did what a lot of us do when we can't get a girl. I just blocked it out. Eventually I just accepted, okay, I'm never going to have a girlfriend, I'm never going to have sex unless I pay for it, and I'm probably going to die alone. So it was just so painful that I had to stop thinking about it. And you know, I was dying inside whenever I saw a guy and girl kissing in public, but I had video games, I had movies and TV, I had porn, and life was okay. You know, I wasn't happy, but I was comfortable. But then one day I saw something that scarred me for life. I was walking home from work one evening when I looked up at this apartment building. I saw this woman standing by her window. She was completely naked. She was maybe 20, 22, and she was stunning. Unbelievable body. But she had these incredible natural double D breasts, tiny little waist, and wide hips that flared out so perfect I could almost cry looking at them. This woman's body, I can't explain it, but it was like proof of God. I stood there looking at her for what felt like minutes, my jaw on the floor, but then I saw this guy come up behind her, and he was kind of dorky looking. He was skinny fat and balding, but he grabbed her tits in both hands and then he started banging the shit out of her from behind. She was really into it too. She was moaning and clutching the window as her breath fogged up the glass, and right in that moment I just felt sick to my stomach. I felt so angry I could have killed somebody, because it suddenly hit me all at once what I'd been missing out on all these years. I walked home in a daze. I felt like I'd been hit by an effing bus, and that night, man, it's like something just clicked inside me. I realized I have to change this part of my life. I have to experience what it's like to have sex with a girl like that before I die. And I don't care what it takes. I don't care how painful it is or how uncomfortable it makes me. I'm going to do whatever the is necessary to get to where I'm the guy who gets to sleep with women who look like that. For weeks, I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. I just sat in my room drinking coffee and read. I devoured every book I could find about how to pick up women. I scribbled hundreds of pages of notes. I bought stacks of women's magazines like Cosmo and Elle and went through them with a highlighter. I read cheesy romance novels and watched chick flicks until my eyeballs bled. See, I was looking for the secret sauce. I wanted to know, what are the words guys in these movies and books say which make girls uncontrollably attracted and fall in love? What words can I say to girls to make them putty in my hands? But I really didn't get anywhere with this because, like many guys, I still believed the way to make girls like you was to tell them what they want to hear. But I couldn't have been more wrong, and I found this out in the craziest way possible. Happened when I was over at my friend Kira's place one night. I'd always had the biggest crush on this girl, but I was such a pussy and afraid to make a move that after years of being friends, when I finally got the nerve to ask her out, she told me, "I'm sorry, I just don't see you like that. You're like my brother or my gay best friend." Ouch. But of course, being the spineless wuss I was, I stayed friends with her and just pretended I'd gotten over my crush. Even though whenever I stayed the night at hers, and I'm not proud to admit this, but I jerked off while smelling her underwear a few times. Anyway, this one night I'm over at Kira's and we're sitting on her bed watching TV. I was tired and grumpy, and to be honest, I was just in a bad mood. Normally I was the biggest smiley face sap on the planet when I was with Kira, agreeing with whatever she said, backing up all her opinions, and pretty much just kissing her ass. But this one day, I don't know what got over me, but me and Kira were talking, and in the course of that conversation, I said 3 simple words to her, which I never thought would come out of my mouth. I said, As soon as I said those 3 words Kira had never expected me to say to her in a million years. I can't really describe this, but it's like the energy in the room suddenly shifted. I saw Kira get a kind of glint in her eye I'd never seen before, and she started to become weirdly flirty all of a sudden. And then, completely out of nowhere, she goes, "This is so random, but I really want to have sex with you right now." My jaw hit the floor. My heart started pounding like crazy, and I nearly panicked, but I managed to regain my cool. I looked her calmly in the eye and said, "Oh yeah? What's in it for me?" I don't know why I said this. I must have heard it in one of those chick flicks I watched or something. It was the most dickhead, arrogant, douchebag thing I'd ever said in my entire life up to that point. But apparently it worked, because straight away Kira replies, I give really good head." I pretended to think it over. I didn't want to seem too eager. So I said, "I've never been able to come from oral sex, so if you're able to make me, I'd be impressed." As soon as I said those 2 magic sentences, I saw a fire go on in Kira's eyes and a naughty smile appeared in her face. Later on, she admitted that when I told her I'd never had an orgasm from getting a blowjob, it felt like a challenge to her because, like many girls, she took pride in her blowjob skills, and so she thought, okay, game on. We were laying beside each other in the bed. She reached over and pulled my pants and boxers down, and I was hard as steel. And when Kira saw my boner, it's like she went into a trance or something. She started licking and sucking my dick like crazy. She gave me the sloppiest, most enthusiastic blowjob I've ever had. Then about 30 seconds, I blew a giant load down her throat, and she swallowed every last drop with a smile, all while massaging my balls with one hand and stroking my shaft with the other. It felt so good. My eyes were practically rolling back in my head, but even after I came, I was still rock hard. So I flipped Kira on her back, I pulled her pajama bottoms down to reveal her perfectly smooth, shaved pussy. It's the first time I'd ever seen it, and it was beautiful. And then I slid inside her. Oh, she was so warm and tight, and her skin felt soft as a peach. I was in heaven. I screwed her all weekend, morning, noon, and night. When I left Kira's place on Sunday, she was so weak in the knees, she could barely stand. "We have to do this again," she said, and I enthusiastically agreed. Leaving her place that day, colors seemed brighter. I felt drunk. I felt like a new man. And in a way I was, because that weekend I'd done more than just turn my cute female friend into my buddy. I'd stumbled on a secret that would change my life forever, and which is about to change your life too. See, there's 3 words every woman wants to hear, even though she'll never admit it openly. And when you're the man who says these 3 words to her, she will give herself to you totally. I later learned that saying these 3 words to a woman in the right way at the right time triggers something very old in her DNA, which makes her want to become the possession of a man. When I discovered the power contained in those 3 little words, the power to get any woman bent over, dripping wet, and begging you to bang her in just minutes after you say them, I admit I went a little crazy with it. Over the next 18 months, I used the trick to bang 93 smoking hot women. I got to bang girls who rejected me in the past, chicks I'd gone to high school or college with, and pretty much any woman who crossed my path who had a nice ass. I had girlfriends who were models, F-buddies who were strippers. At one point I was dating 13 different girls at one time, which sounds excessive, but just a couple months before, I had literally been an adult virgin. I had a lot of catching up to do. Today, I don't even have to leave the comfort of my living room when I want to get laid. If I feel horny at 1 a.m. on a Tuesday night, I just shoot one of my girls a text, and she'll be over at my place in 30 minutes, and I just pull her panties off, bend her over my couch, and do her. No effort required, no need to go out to bars and clubs, and the best part is how easy it is. Whenever I come across a girl I'd like to see naked, all I have to do is walk up to her, make some innocent chit chat about the weather, then slip this 3-word phrase into the conversation, and within less than a minute, she'll be giving me her phone number, trying to convince me why she'd be a good match for me, and dropping hints about how she'd be happy to come over and have sex with me if I ever wanted that from her. So right now, I'm sure you're curious, what are the 3 words that make any girl want to bang you? What are the 3 words I told Kira that literally made her say, I want to have sex with you right now? Are they, I love you? Nope. How about, you're so amazing? Hell no. Or what about, be my girlfriend? Wrong again. And that's the problem. You'll never be able to guess what these 3 sex triggering words are on your own because they're so counterintuitive, meaning they're the exact opposite of what you'd think a woman wants to hear. And that's why you'll never learn this 3-word trigger from books about how to meet women, and you sure as hell weren't told it by your mom growing up. Now, I'll reveal the exact 3 words that turn any girl into your bang buddy in just a moment. Before we get to that, we need to talk about you. Because if you watch this far into the video, it's not because you're getting all the sex you want with the type of girl you want. You're here because the women you want won't have sex with you. Either you're not getting laid at all, or the only women who will sleep with you are fat pigs and slobs who you're not physically attracted to. But here's the thing. It's not your fault. And it's not your fault because you've been lied to. You've been told that to make a girl sleep with you, you need to make her feel attracted to you or turned on sexually. And it only makes sense, right? I mean, she's not going to have sex with you unless she's sexually aroused, right? wrong. And in fact, 90% of the time, trying to turn a woman on by touching her or talking about sexual topics the way a lot of the common advice out there tells you to do will just set off her creep alarm and make her run away in terror. Or worse, if you try to use some of the more aggressive pickup artist techniques out there and get it wrong, you could end up getting arrested for attempted rape. I don't want that for you, and I know you don't want that. So please, for the love of God, stop trying to turn women on. Stop trying to make them attracted to you. Women don't have sex because they're turned on, and they definitely don't have sex with a guy because they're physically attracted to him. If they did, you'd see girls sneaking into alleyways to bang every guy with six-pack abs and a good-looking face who passed her in the street, and that definitely isn't happening. The truth is, men and women are different. Guys, we have sex because we're horny, or because the girl looks hot, or has great tits, or a tight pussy, or whatever. But women have sex to experience certain emotions. Girls sleep with guys because they want to feel a certain type of way. Women don't a guy because they're horny or turned on or attracted to him or anything else. A woman has sex with a man for one reason and one reason only, and that's because she's seeking his approval. And that, my friend, is the key to the kingdom. If you can make a girl seek your approval, you can make her do anything. And I do mean anything. Think titty fucking, facials, anal, blowjobs, threesomes, you name it. She will be begging you to do it with her and to her. See, I've dated some seriously banging hot chicks in my time. In fact, that's a picture of one of my exes on screen right now. There's one thing I've learned about beautiful women, it's that they are all, without exception, incredibly insecure. Even the most drop-dead gorgeous woman, the type of girl who literally has guys drooling over her, deep down she feels like she's not good enough. It's 100% irrational, but the hotter the girl is, usually the more insecure she is, and the more she craves approval from guys and will do anything to get it. And that's why it doesn't matter if you're short, bald, ugly, overweight, twice her age, work a shitty job, or anything else. Because a woman's need for approval is a biological drive, just like hunger or thirst, but far more powerful. And when you're the man who triggers this drive, she'll stop at nothing to win you over. She'll jump through hoop after hoop to impress you. She'll be obsessed with getting you to like her. And she'll do that in the only way a hot girl knows how, by giving you access to her body. She'll offer you her pussy, mouth, and ass for you to come in whenever you're horny. She'll beg you to tit her gorgeous double D breasts, and when you blow your load all over her beautiful face, she'll actually view it as a personal victory for her. And all you have to do to jumpstart this process is say 3 simple words to her that even the stupidest man could remember to say, and she will be yours for life. Because no matter how out of your league she seems right now, when you say this simple 3-word phrase to her, it flips on her approval-seeking instinct, makes her crave your dick inside her, and gets her literally begging you to bang her. So right now you probably have a few questions, like, how do I get started? What are these 3 words that make any girl sleep with you? And how can I use them to get a bang buddy right now? And I've gone ahead and answered all those questions inside my new system. It's called the Friends with Benefits system, which I admit is kind of a dumb title, but it's literally what the system does. It turns any woman you use it on into your friend with benefits or F-buddy in under 1 week. So you can have your own harem of women who give you sex with no strings attached. The Friends with Benefits system is the first and only system which shows you how to turn almost any girl into your casual sex buddy at will. And the system makes doing this incredibly easy, because for the first time ever, you will be able to turn nearly any girl you choose into your bang buddy just by saying 3 little words to her. I call this secret 3-word technique the disorientator. And it's not available anywhere else except inside the Friends with Benefits system. Now I'll tell you how to get instant access to the system in just a second, but first I need to tell you what the Friends with Benefits system is not. This system is not like any other pickup girls method you've ever seen or tried before. And this is not about getting a one-night stand. See, because the system gets the girl you want hooked on your validation, she's going to be addicted to having sex with you again and again and again. And she'll actually experience painful withdrawal symptoms of depression and anxiety if you decide to stop sleeping with her. Which means, instead of getting one night of sex with her, you're going to enjoy months of it with no strings attached. This girl is going to be racking her brain 24 hours a day, thinking about how to please you and keep you happy. She'll be terrified of ever losing you to another girl, which means she'll be in the gym 7 days a week, keeping her body smoking hot for you. She'll spend her entire paycheck getting bikini waxes, bleaching her butthole, going to the tanning salon, and buying hot little outfits and lingerie for you to fuck her in. This girl is going to be like a living, breathing sex toy for you, and she will love it that way. And you'll be able to get as many hot young F-buddies as you want, no matter how old you are, no matter what you look like, and no matter how much money you make or don't make. That's because the attraction part of the system, it isn't based on looks or money or even confidence. It's all based on this simple 3-word technique which gets her to chase your approval. And because you've been paying attention, you now know that when a girl is chasing your approval, Sleeping with her is as easy as picking a ripe red apple off a tree. And I'm thrilled to announce today that I've created a secret private members website where you can discover the Friends with Benefits system for yourself starting now. Now I'll show you how to find out if you qualify for access in just a moment, but first let's take a look at exactly what you're getting inside the program. First off, you're going to get the disorientator. 3 simple words you can say to a girl no matter how hot she is, which knock her off her pedestal and instantly make her start chasing your approval. This pushes her "I have to sleep with him" button so that she'll have sex with you in under 1 hour. The best part, when you use this, she'll think sex was her idea. Now, obviously, using these 3 words is the most important part of the system because it's what makes everything else work. And I don't want you to miss this. So just make a note right now that you'll get the 3 words in video number 4 of the Friends with Benefits system, and they're revealed at the 4-minute and 16-second mark of that video. You'll learn 3 easy steps to get a girl so horny for you, she'll be squirming in her seat, her inner thighs soaking wet, and peeling off her panties on the very first date. What to say to one of your bang buddies if she tries to get you to be exclusive with her, including proven word-for-word scripts you can use if one of your girls asks you, "What are we? Are you just using me for sex?" Or, "Why are you so afraid of commitment?" Simply tell her, "I'm not afraid of commitment, babe. It's just that I value a lot more." Then say 2 more lines I'll give you and watch as her face goes from skeptical and angry to a naughty smile, and she leans over, unzips your pants, and gives you an apology blowjob to make up for ever doubting you. One rejection-proof technique which turns a female friend into a friend with benefits. This makes all your sexy female friends, co-workers, or even exes see you as their best option for no strings attached sex. So if there's a female friend from work or class you'd love to see naked, this part of the system is for you. One cringy attraction-killing mistake that older guys make with younger women, which makes them feel extremely uncomfortable around you and laugh about you behind your back. The good news is, stop making this one easily fixed mistake and instead do the opposite, and you'll make any young woman you talk to wetter than a schoolgirl on prom night. I'm also going to show you one amazing social cheat code that makes beautiful women approach you. Now, I'll be honest, this doesn't work 100% of the time, but when it does work, it's really freaking cool because it allows you to get laid or get a phone number without ever having to risk rejection. And believe me, your friends are going to think you're a rock star when they watch an adorable little cutie walk right up to your table, scribble her phone number on a napkin, and tell you to call her. You'll get 15 words you can say that let you turn the tables on a smoking hot beautiful woman, the type of girl you're not able to get right now, and have her jumping through hoop after hoop to demonstrate how special and unique she is, and how to have her beg to stay the night at yours and sleep naked in your bed. One seemingly harmless thing you're doing in an effort to be polite and respectful to women, which is actually making girls extremely creeped out and causing them to think you must have some kind of seriously scary, perverted sex desires that you're trying to hide. Have you ever gotten in a conversation with a girl and then out of nowhere she said, "Well, after going out, nice to meet you. I can almost guarantee it's because you unintentionally made this one creepy mistake, so you must avoid doing this again." How to get the absolute hottest girls with incredible bodies. I'm talking to yoga instructors, gym bunnies, and fitness models, even if you're an overweight, lazy slob who doesn't put much effort into your own appearance. And here's a clue. It doesn't matter what you look like as long as you have something I call the R factor. This is the one quality that all the very hottest women crave in a guy due to how they've been treated by men their whole lives. And when you have it, she'll be so terrified of losing you, she'll completely overlook your physical imperfections and fall head over heels in love with you, even if physically the two of you look like Beauty and the Beast. You'll get 5 quick sex tips that let you flip on the worship him switch in a woman's mind, even if you've got a small dick or can't stay hard, including one amazingly simple trick for lowering your sexual refractory period. So you can have sex with your girl 3 times as much in one night as you'd normally be able to, no matter your age. But one warning, girls can become very needy and clingy when you give them multiple orgasms using this technique, so you need to use this one with caution. Plus, how to meet F-buddies on Tinder and other dating sites with a simple 4-word opening message which will turn your online dating profile into a magnet for women who are looking for no strings attached fun, even if you're an older guy who doesn't usually get matches with young pretty girls. You'll get 3 questions to ask a woman on a date which get even the most shy, innocent girl next door to talk about sex, confess all her most secret and perverted fantasies to you, and get so frisky that she'll drag you into the parking lot for a quickie right then and there. And much, much more. Everything in the Friends with Benefits system is completely step-by-step and easy to follow. Just follow the simple steps, and in 1 month or less, you'll have your own rotation of 3 to 5 sexy young F-buddies who screw you silly every night of the week. Nothing complicated, you don't need to memorize lines and routines, you don't need to go to bars or clubs if you don't want to, and you don't need to change your personality or pretend to be someone you're not. Here's how this simple sex buddy getting system does work. You'll continue to live your life in exactly the same way you do now without making any changes whatsoever, except that when you cross paths with a pretty girl, whether you're at the gym, Starbucks, Whole Foods, at work, or anywhere else, you will say 3 simple words to her. These 3 words, although they seem completely innocent on the surface, will literally make her go weak at the knees. Her heart will start racing. She'll feel butterflies in her stomach, and she'll suddenly feel a powerful inner compulsion to impress you and get your approval. Then she'll start trying to qualify herself to you. She'll tell you all the logical reasons why she's an attractive person and you should want to date her. She'll tell you about how much she works out at the gym or how she's training for a marathon. She'll compliment your looks and intelligence, tell you you're sexy, and touch you flirtatiously. And if you don't break down and take the bait, she'll pull out the big guns and make up some flimsy excuse for you to come back to her apartment for quote-unquote coffee. As soon as she's got you alone, you'll watch in awe as she peels off her clothes and jumps naked into your arms. You'll savor every moment as you run your fingers along her porcelain smooth skin, fondle her amazing breasts, and squeeze her plump brown buttocks in both hands. Your heart will race as you smell the scent of her body, taste her perky little nipples in your mouth, and you'll feel like you've died and gone to heaven when she pulls out your rock-hard boner and slides onto you, then rides you like a woman possessed until you explode inside her, and you both dissolve in sweaty, glorious ecstasy. From then on, you can text her at any time and she'll be over at your place in under an hour, wearing a tight dress with no panties underneath, wet and willing for you to use her for your pleasure. And you'll be amazed how much your confidence improves when you're getting laid with a hot woman. In fact, one of the hidden advantages of the friends with benefits system is that when you're hooking up with one girl, it becomes exponentially easier to get more. See, women, they're like drug-sniffing dogs. They can sniff out the confidence of a guy who's just had sex from a mile off. And that's why you'll find that when you're getting laid regularly with your first F-buddy, girls who had absolutely zero interest in you in the past will suddenly be beating a path to your door. And then you just use the system on them and boom, they become your F-buddies too. And this is where it gets really cool because now your main chick, she's competing even harder for you because she's terrified of losing you to one of your other girls. She'll walk on eggshells around you in the fear of saying something you disapprove of. She'll be in the gym every day working out like crazy to keep her body hot and tight for you, and in the bedroom she'll be your personal porn star. She'll never stop thinking up new ways to surprise and delight you. Hell, she's bisexual, and fun fact, most girls are. She'll even bring her hottest, kinkiest girlfriends over to your house for threesomes, naughty sleepovers, and all-night sex parties. There really is nothing else like it. Having friends with benefits is just a higher quality of life. So, right now you probably have a few questions like, how can I get access to the Friends with Benefits system? How much will it cost? And is it guaranteed to work for me? And I'll answer all those questions in just a moment. Yet before I do, I have one more question for you. What would it be worth to have a beautiful woman standing naked before you right now? Imagine, she's 19 years old, tits like watermelons, baby smooth between her legs, and the flat-toned tummy of a teenager. Turn her around, examine her body. It's all yours now. Look at that ass. Touch it. Feel how soft and rubbery it is. Her buttocks are big and round as two cantaloupes, and so perfect you could bury your face in them. Feel her legs, how smooth they are. She spends a fortune on potions and lotions to keep herself this soft for you. Her skin smells like peach-scented moisturizer. The gap between her legs tastes like bubblegum. What would it be worth to you to try her out right now? What would it be worth to slide your shaft into her tight, sweet honeypot and orgasm inside her without a condom right now? Would that be worth $500 to you? What about $300? Would you pay just $100 to have your way with an adorable young cutie right now? I'm willing to bet most guys would, especially given that it costs about $500 to get an escort for the night. But now, what if I told you you're not just going to get one night of sex with her, you're going to enjoy months of it. You'll savor her sweet body a couple nights a week, whenever you want, for months or even years of deliciously naughty, no-strings-attached pleasure. And you'll also have half a dozen other chicks of all ages, races, shapes, and sizes who you can text for a booty call whenever you're feeling horny and have them show up to your front door easier than ordering a slice of pizza. What would that be worth to you? Think about it. What would you pay one time to have someone wave a magic wand and set that system up in your life right now? Would you pay $5,000? What about $1,000? How about just $500? Imagine that. Imagine you could make just one measly payment of $500 to have your own sex harem. You'd have to be insane to turn that down. Well look, unfortunately I can't wave a magic wand that will magically give you a harem, but I can do the next best thing. I can give you my system which will get a harem for you and which makes it as easy as humanly possible. And you won't pay $5,000 for the Friends with Benefits system, although it's worth a lot more than that. You won't pay $1,000. You won't even pay $500. I wanted any man to be able to afford the Friends with Benefits system, and that's why I decided to price it at just $297. But today, you're not even going to pay that low price. See, because the Friends with Benefits system is so new, I've decided to create a small test group of guys to try out the system so I can create a collection of success stories. And today, if you qualify to be part of the test group, you won't pay the $297 I'll be charging for this when it officially comes out. You're getting lifetime access to the Friends with Benefits system for a small, one-time payment of just $69. Break that down over a month and it comes out to just $2.30 per day, which is less than the price of a cup of coffee. Click the big yellow button below to secure your spot and get access to the Friends with Benefits system now. But you must act quickly, because I'm only making 100 spots in this test group available, and once those 100 seats are filled, I'll be raising the price to $297, which is still a fraction of what this system is truly worth. But if you want to get in now, while this is still cheap, you need to act immediately and lock in your spot in our test group now. Click the big yellow button below to claim your spot in the Friends with Benefits system while there's still time. And if you order right now, I'm also going to throw in 7 super bonuses with your order completely free. First, you're getting 2 girls, 1 you. How to find a bisexual girlfriend so you can do threesomes with her. 2 girls, 1 you is the perfect companion piece to the Friends with Benefits system. Because instead of just sleeping with a different girl each night, you'll know how to spot and attract bisexual girls to be your F-buddies, which means you can introduce your girls to each other and have threesomes every week. This takes the Friends with Benefits system to the next level, so you will have a true harem when you use this. You can even use this to invite your girls to all live in the same house together, so you can have sex orgies every night. 2 girls, 1 you won't ever be available anywhere else, but if I was going to sell it, I'd price it at $59.95. Yet you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. The next bonus you're getting is called Daddy's Girl. How to sleep with women half your age without paying for it. Daddy's Girl is for you if you're over the age of 40, but you still love sexy young women in their late teens or 20s. If that describes you, this bonus is going to be worth the price of admission alone. See, as an older man, you actually have one very powerful unfair advantage over young guys, and it's this. A major element of the Friends with Benefits system and why it works is that it establishes you as a father figure in the girl's life. Because when women seek approval from men, they're always subconsciously seeking the approval of their own fathers. And this is why the older you are, the better the Friends with Benefits system will work for you. The problem is, most older guys fall into a few lethal traps when they're interacting with younger women, which turn her off and make her see you as unattractive, uncool, past it, or worse, as the creepy old guy. In Daddy's Girl, I show you how to avoid these traps while leveraging your unique unfair advantages as an older man, so you can have your own harem of fit young women in their 20s without spending any money on them and without being their sugar daddy. Daddy's Girl is valued at $15.95, but you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. The next bonus you're getting is a quick start video. It's called The Need for Speed. How to get laid and get your first F-buddy tonight. In The Need for Speed, you'll discover a simple method to get laid right now, tonight, using a revolutionary new seduction technique based on something called radical honesty. Now, I'll be real with you. This technique probably won't work to get you laid with the absolute hottest girls. To get those really stunning girls, the 9s and 10s, you'll need to go through the Friends with Benefits system and use the principles I give you there. However, if you just want to watch a simple 30-minute video so you can get started and get laid right away, the Need for Speed quick start video was designed just for you. So if you're really horny or it's been a while and you just want to get back in the game as fast as humanly possible, the Need for Speed will let you get an average looking, somewhat cute girl in your bed for no strings attached casual sex tonight. The Need for Speed is valued at $59.95, but you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. The next bonus you're getting is my personal favorite. It's called Done For You Texting. How to turn numbers in your phone into naked babes in your bed. Now, if you're watching this, I know you've been frustrated like I was by the whole texting rigmarole that we have to go through as guys. You know, it seemed to me that whenever I got a girl's number, no matter how much she'd like me when we first met, as soon as we made that transition from in-person to texting, everything would just go to shit. As guys, we don't like to talk about this, but it's actually really unpleasant to have a girl you have a crush on ignore your texts or suddenly go cold for no reason. It sucks because in the modern age, if you can't get past the texting process, you're pretty much screwed. And texting girls, this is something that took me years to figure out. But over the course of hundreds of experiments texting different women I met both online and in real life, I finally figured out an airtight text-by-text system that moves any girl I put into it from being a number in my phone to naked in my bed. Now, in Done For You Texting, I'll reveal my system for texting women into bed in full through 2 incredibly valuable resources. The first is a 3-page cheat sheet with the exact texts I use to get a girl to meet me for a sex date, including my 3 best attraction resurrection texts to send a woman who stopped responding, which gets even the most stubbornly non-responsive girl eagerly texting back and agreeing to plan soon. The second part of Done For You Texting is a 19-page ebook book made up of screenshots of my text exchanges with 4 different girls. So you can see exact screenshots of how I took each of these girls from being strangers who I met online or at a bar to meeting me for sex. The beauty of this is that unlike me trying to teach you texting by lecturing you about a bunch of theory, you can just look at the text themselves and copy them word for word if you want. So if you're having trouble with your text messages, honestly, this bonus is going to be worth 3 times the price of the entire system to you. No joke. I wish I had access to this back when I was getting flaked and ghosted by girls. Done For You texting is valued at $89.95, but you'll get it free today only when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. And like all these bonuses, Done For You texting is not available anywhere else, and it's only accessible by the guys who lock in their spot in the test group today. So click the button below to claim your spot now, so you can get access to the Friends with Benefits system and all the exclusive fast action bonuses which will never be available again. Okay, now with Done For You texting, you're going to find yourself getting a hell of a lot more dates, as many as 2 to 3 per week. So for this reason, I've also included another bonus for you. It's called Doggy Style on the First Date. How to get even the most shy or conservative girl tearing off your clothes on the very first date. Now, I'm not perfect at dating or relationships by any means. I have my weaknesses, same as any other guy. But one area where I've always absolutely crushed it is first dates. With a handful of exceptions, I haven't had a first date where I didn't sleep with that girl in nearly a decade. And it's not because I'm special or have first date superpowers. It's simply because years ago I discovered a certain first date formula which reliably allows me to get any girl I meet incredibly horny to bang me on the first meetup. And in Doggy Style on the First Date, I'll reveal the formula to take any girl from shy, conservative, or reluctant to have sex to take me now horny and naked in your bed on the very first date. It's completely step by step, so even a complete idiot or a guy with no social skills could easily do this. Doggy Style on the First Date is valued at $59.95, but you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. The 6th bonus you're getting is one that I've debated a lot myself whether I should release this or not. It's called Boyfriend Assassin. How to plant a seed in her mind that makes her leave him for you. So if you're frustrated that the women you like always seem to be taken or have a boyfriend, you'll love Boyfriend Assassin because it will show you a diabolical covert persuasion technique that will make her focus on all the reasons she's unhappy with her boyfriend and start to view you as his replacement. Honestly, this one is morally it's a little dicey because unlike a lot of the other phony boyfriend destroyer type techniques you sometimes see which don't really work, using this on a girl will permanently destroy her relationship with her boyfriend. So I really want to encourage you to only use this if you genuinely know she'll be better off with you than she would be with him. And one other advantage of this is knowing about this technique will allow you to cheat-proof your own relationships. Boyfriend Destroyer is valued at $59.95, but you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. Now your final bonus is a very fun one. It's called Get Her Horny with Humor. If your conversations with girls always seem to become boring and platonic and lead to a lot of awkward silences or you running out of things to say, Get Her Horny with Humor is going to be an effing game changer for you because you'll learn 24 word-for-word banter lines and 3 easy-to-remember improvisation frameworks which will let you inject humor and flirtatious sexual chemistry into any conversation you have with a woman, so you never run out of things to say again. If you've ever been in a situation where you met a cool girl, you were attracted to her, and she was clearly into you, but you screwed it up because your mind went blank and you couldn't think of anything else to talk about, you need Get Her Horny with Humor because it will show you a framework to talk infinitely, and it will let you do this using jokes and humor that get the girl peeing her pants laughing. And in the famous words of Marilyn Monroe, if you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything. Get Her Horny with Humor is valued at $59.95, but you'll get it free today when you order the Friends with Benefits system now. So the total value when you add all this up, it comes out to $746.65. Yet today, as part of our test group, you will pay just $69 for instant lifetime access to the entire Friends with Benefits system and all 7 super bonuses. But only if you act right now and click the button below. Because once our test group is full, 2 things will happen. First, like I said, I'll be raising the price of the system to $297. Second, I'll be removing all the bonus courses, so if you want this deal and you want all those bonuses, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You need to order right now, and you can place your order with confidence because your purchase in the Friends with Benefits system is covered by my ironclad 100% money-back guarantee. Get the Friends with Benefits system now. Watch the training videos, and if you're not sleeping with 3 sexy women within your first month, or if you don't like the program for any reason, just email me and I'll give you a full refund of every penny you paid, no questions asked. You have a full 60 days to check out the system, watch the videos, and try out the techniques, and if for some reason you decide it's not for you, you won't pay a penny for it. You can just email me to get a full refund, and it's no big deal. Simple as that. You're not risking a thing when you join our test group today because all the risk is on my side of the fence. So go ahead and click the yellow button below now and lock in your spot while there's still time. You're just moments away from getting instant access to the only system out there which shows you how to turn any girl into your casual sex buddy. There's nothing else out there like it. Nothing. If you don't act now, your spot will be passed on to another guy. Remember, this system is guaranteed to work for you, and it's guaranteed to get you 3 new F-buddies in your first month or your money back. So you really have nothing to lose here and everything to gain. I can't wait to hear how you use my system to get your first sexy, devoted bang buddy, and feel free to send me a picture of her if you want. But in all seriousness, getting success stories from guys like you is what I live for. And here's what some of my past clients have had to say about my programs and training. Retho wrote in, "Hey Mike, I was a little skeptical about the program, but I thought, fuck it, let's try this one out. The same night, I'm not kidding, I hooked up with 2 younger, beautiful girls, and one of them I fucked 3 times within 1.5 hours of talking to her." Patrick wrote in, "Mike, I just want to let you know that after reading your articles for the last 2 months, I'm back in the game after 15 years divorced. I've gone out of my way to chat up several women at the grocery outlets where I work, and lo and behold, I've started talking to this 20-something girl, and I've literally got her panties so wet over the past 3 weeks of engaging her in conversation, she literally threw herself at me today. All I have to say is that you have resurrected my life, and I'm a new fucking man thanks to you." And Han wrote in, "Mike, I got laid. This shit works. Can't thank you enough. The thing is, once I understood the concepts, it was fucking easy. Met a girl through a mutual friend about a week ago. She's 8 years younger than me, Western European, I'm Asian, and I'm not the most traditionally attractive at that. Yesterday, I went to town on her, and afterwards she said she had no words. We are now friends with benefits. Haven't slept much the past couple of days. Life is too good to be sleeping much right now. I want you to be my next success story. And that's why I've made it so easy for you to get the Friends with Benefits system right now with no risk. Click the button below to get instant access to the Friends with Benefits system now and begin your 60-day risk-free test drive right away. Here's what will happen next when you click the button below the video. First, you'll be taken to the confirmation page, where you'll find out if there's still a spot left for you in the test group. Then you'll press the Order Now button to be taken to the payment page, where you'll fill in your information on the easy and secure form. You can make your purchase today with complete confidence that your details are 100% safe, secure, and private, because the payment processing isn't done by me personally. It's all handled by a company called ClickBank, the largest and most trusted internet retailer of digital products in the world. They handle 30,000 transactions a day, and when you order the Friends of Benefit system, your payment is handled by ClickBank, and your details are protected by their 256-bit SSL encrypted order form. After entering your details, you'll be taken to the Friends of Benefit system members area, where you'll get your login information, and you'll get instant access to the Friends of Benefit system and all the bonuses just minutes from now. No waiting for the mailman and no embarrassing packages showing up at your front door. Just instant private access to the secret members only videos, which you can enjoy from the comfort of your chair, couch, or bed, and effortlessly learn to turn almost any woman you choose into your bang buddy starting tonight. And in case you're wondering, the only thing that will show up in your bill is a charge from clickbank.com. Nothing embarrassing or weird, which means your purchase of the system will be our little secret. So let's do this. Click the button below to get started now and begin your risk-free test drive of the Friends with Benefits system now. John wrote in, he's 74 years old, going on 75. He said, "Mike, your stuff is amazing. For an ancient old rogue like me, it's still working and is brilliant. Even at my great age, I'm getting more and more beautiful women approaching me and wanting to start a conversation. I can't believe my luck, it still happens. Long may it continue. Best wishes for the new year." Mason writes in, "Love you, man. Love your emails. Thank you so much for helping me to see how it really is. As I read your emails and ebooks, you changed my worldview." Okay, so I'm not drowning in pussy per se, but 2 years ago, I stuttered when I talked to most girls. Now, I'm getting laid regularly with my Friends with Benefits. Also, I had a one-night stand last Wednesday. Fucked a girl 3 times in her car. She was hot too and super horny. And John writes in, "Hey Mike, you probably don't recognize me. I'm a long-time reader and bought one of your older programs this time last year, and I just have to say what an amazing product it is. Seriously, I loved every aspect of it and I saw actual tangible results. I landed my current girlfriend using your program. She was a reserved, stunning church girl who had never even kissed a guy before. Then she met me, we kissed on the first date, and now we have sex 3 to 4 times a week. It blows my mind. Here was a girl who had only ever held a guy's hand before she met me. I put everything into action and got phenomenal results. Just the other day, we in public on a grassy hill as the sun set. I invite her over for booty calls when I have the house to myself, and we spend hours in bed together. I definitely would not have gotten these results if it wasn't for your program, so thank you, thank you, and thank you. So listen, man, now is the time for action. Click the button below to get started with the Friends of Benefits system now. Remember, you have nothing to lose because my ironclad money-back policy guarantees you'll get 3 sexy buddies in your first 30 days or get a full refund. And if you act right now, you're also getting the 7 fast action bonuses worth a total of $449.65 free with your order today. So what are you waiting for? It's time to take action. Click the button below to get started and join me inside the Friends with Benefits system now. Hey, still here? If you haven't made your decision yet, it's probably because you have a few questions about the Friends with Benefits system. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and answer the most common questions I get about this course. Number 1, how fast do I get access to the Friends with Benefits system? Like I said, the system is a completely digital program. It's all hosted online, which means you get access instantly as soon as you complete your order on the next page. Number 2, I'm an older man. Will the Friends with Benefits system work for me? That's a great question. And I understand the challenges of dating when you're getting older. In fact, I'd probably say about half of the guys I coach are in their 40s, 50s or above and looked me up because they want to get back in the dating game after a divorce. And look, I get it. It can be intimidating. I mean, if you go to a bar and you see some super hot girl, she's 21, tight body, young, smooth skin, and you're a 46-year-old guy, somewhat out of shape, it can feel like she's just completely out of your league and like there's nothing a girl like that could possibly want with you. But the funny thing is, and this actually surprised me, 34% of women admit to fantasizing about having sex with someone much older than me. That's according to a 2015 survey published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. So think about that for a second. That means 1 in 3 women you see every time you walk down the street has been secretly masturbating to the idea of being fucked by an older guy, a guy like you. And with the Friends with Benefits system backing your play, you'll know exactly what to say to these kinky young girls who love older guys to turn their fantasy of being with an older man like you into a hot, sweaty reality. And like I said before, I even included a free bonus with the program. It's called Daddy's Girl, How to Sleep with Women Half Your Age. So if you're an older guy, don't worry, I got your back. And I've really gone the extra mile here to make it as easy as possible for you to get a sexy young bang buddy. Number 3. What if I don't make a lot of money or I'm in between jobs? Will the system still work for me? Look, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you that women don't want a guy with money. Of course they do. And why wouldn't they? I mean, if you could get a girl to pay to take you on vacation with her and spoil you with fancy dinners and gifts, who wouldn't want that? I sure as hell want that. It's part of the reason I love dating heiresses and wealthy women who can spoil me. And because of this, when a woman is on a date with a guy, she'll often go through what I call the logical checklist questions. You know, she might ask you things like, what do you do? Or what kind of car do you drive? Because she's trying to figure out how much money you make, and if she dates you, is she going to enjoy the perks that come with that? And that's her logical brain at work. It's trying to assess the situation rationally so she can make an informed choice about whether to date you, based on the logical pros and cons. The beauty of the Friends with Benefits system is that it's all based on a very easy technique to get her to chase your approval. And when a woman is seeking your approval, it switches off her logical brain and gets her to start thinking and acting emotionally. She's going to be chasing you, hitting on you aggressively, and making herself sexually available to you because she wants your validation, which is always just slightly out of reach. And because she's going to be so focused on chasing you, your job and the amount of money you make will never even come up in the initial conversation. Hell, I've slept with girls using this who didn't even know my last name, let alone my job. And after she's had sex with you, at that point, your job or your money situation won't matter at all because she's already slept with you. So now she'll simply start rationalizing that you must be an amazing guy or that you must have had a great connection together, because if she doesn't, she'll feel like a slut for going to bed with you so fast. And once a woman starts rationalizing that sleeping with you was a good decision on her part, you've got her. Heck, I mean, you could be a deadbeat bum living on your friend's couch, but she'll convince herself that you're amazing, because to do anything else would be to admit to herself that she made a wrong decision. And when's the last time you saw a woman admit she was wrong about something? One final point on money before we go on. You may not have considered this, but having sex regularly can actually make you richer. See, it's been scientifically proven that guys who have sex regularly have lower levels of stress, healthier immune system, get sick less often, and have higher testosterone. And these benefits of sex all transfer into you being more confident and more productive at work, being more respected by your boss, colleagues, or clients, and therefore making more money. So just with these indirect benefits of having more sex, don't be surprised if the Friends with Benefits system pays for itself 10 times over once you start getting some success. Number 4, will the Friends with Benefits system work for online dating? And the answer is yes, 100%. The Friends with Benefits system is perfect for you if you like to meet women online. I have a lot of experience meeting F-buddies over Tinder, and on balance, it's probably the easiest way to get casual sex because you don't even have to approach anyone in real life. That's why I devoted an entire section of the program to how to find girls who are looking for casual sex online, and I even give you case studies of girls I met on Tinder, screenshots of the texts I sent them, so you'll know exactly how to play the online game to meet your next F-buddy. So the answer is an unqualified yes. Online dating is covered in great depth inside the system. And although I personally enjoy meeting women everywhere, you could very easily use what I give you in the system to meet all your F-buddies online without ever approaching a woman in real life and without ever even stepping outside your front door for that matter. Number 5, how is the Friends with Benefits system different from any other dating advice? And it's very simple. And the clue is in the name. This is the only program out there which specifically shows you how to get friends with benefits. And in case it's not crystal clear already what a friend with benefits is, it's a sex buddy. It's a girl you're friends with who you also have casual sex with every week or so, with no strings attached and no relationship commitments. This makes the friends with benefits system different from every other relationship or pickup course out there, because all those other methods and systems, they either show you how to get a long-term monogamous relationship, or it's the pickup artist type techniques which are only focused on getting a one-time fling. The friends with benefits system is the first and only system which shows you not just how to get casual sex with almost any girl you want, but also how to retain that girl so you can continue to hook up with her again and again for weeks, months, or even years, but without ever having to commit to her in any way and without having to be exclusive with her. That's why this course really is one of a kind. There's just nothing else out there like it. And if you want to get an F-buddy or a harem, this is your only legitimate option. And this next one is a very interesting question. A few guys have asked me, can I use the techniques in the Friends with Benefits system to get a girlfriend? This is a great question, and my answer might surprise you, but yes, if you wanted to, you absolutely could use the Friends with Benefits system to get an amazing long-term girlfriend. In fact, I'd actually argue that getting laid regularly with a few F-buddies is the fastest way to find that one super hot, smart girlfriend you'd want to spend your life with. And like I talked about earlier, women can practically smell your sexual confidence from a mile off. Getting laid regularly makes you relaxed, calm, chill, and smooth as silk with the women you encounter in your day-to-day life. And so one of the things you'll typically notice when you get your first few hookups using the system is that women are practically throwing themselves at you to be in a relationship more than ever before. And at that point, you can either choose to keep playing the field, or you can pick the coolest, prettiest girl who's currently chasing you and settle down with her in a long-term relationship. I've done that myself at times when I, wanted a break from playing the field, and with the right girl, it can be great. That's the really liberating thing about this system. It gives you the power and the choice, so you can have whatever type of relationship you want. Hell, you could even use this to get a beautiful wife if you wanted to. Dating multiple women is actually the fastest way to do that, because nothing attracts women more than abundance. Number 7, what if I'm bald, fat, ugly, etc.? Will the Friends with Benefits system really work for me? Look, I wish I could say yes, but the honest answer is, it depends. Are you going to wallow in self-pity and use your looks as an excuse to not take action? If you are, then there's nothing I can do for you. On the other hand, if you're willing to look at your situation objectively, if you're willing to say, look, it may be harder for me than it is for a male model, but I'm just going to do the best I can anyway and make a real effort to improve the things I can control, well, if you have that attitude, I promise there is no limit to the amount of sex you can enjoy with great women. If you read The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, he comments on how some of the most notorious seducers and ladies' men in history were also notoriously ugly, but that didn't stop them from sleeping with hundreds of beautiful high society women. Look, in this life, you got to play the hand you're dealt. If you were born ugly, if you're an amputee, or if you have a huge scar or burn or something, okay, well, that's out of your control. So let's work on what is in your control. Like your communication, the words you say to women, how you make her feel when she's around you. None of these things depend on looks. And if you haven't got it by now, these are the things that make a woman decide to sleep with you or not. It's important to remember that despite what society and the media tries to shove down your throat, you don't have to be perfect to have sex with great women. You don't need to be perfect to offer value to her life. I promise you that no matter what your disadvantages are, there are many amazing and beautiful women who will love you despite your imperfections. You don't have to look like a male model to have a great sex life. What you do need is to be driven and determined enough to work on the areas you can improve and take action to improve yourself starting right now. Determination, drive to succeed, and being an action taker. Believe me, these 3 things are a lot more important to women in choosing a man than a pretty face. Number 9, how fast does the system work? I'm assuming with this question you mean, how long will it take to get a girl into bed? And the answer is, it depends. It depends on the context of where and how you met her. Now, it's kind of counterintuitive, but the fastest way to have sex with a girl using the system is if she's a stranger. See, since you and her have no friends in common, she's not worried about looking like a slut. And so she's thrilled to act on her gut feeling of attraction for you and sleep with you right away. This applies to if you're meeting women at bars, on the street, or through online dating. In all these cases, I find it takes an average of about 1 hour to go from meeting the girl to going home together for sex. Now, with girls who you know through work, school, your social circle, female friends, etc., things like that, it may take a little bit longer to warm her up, usually a few weeks. And this is because girls who already know you have a pre-existing impression of you, and it may take a little bit longer to get her to see you in a sexual way if she's not used to seeing you that way, simply because you're working against that old first impression she still has of you. The good news is, if you use the techniques I give you in the system to get her to start reacting emotionally and chase you for validation and approval, eventually she's going to break and start becoming very aroused by you. It's not a question of if, it's only a question of when. It may take a few days, it may take a few weeks, but it will happen. She will start to emotionally react to you, and once that happens, she can't help but start to become attracted to you sexually. It's just the way women's DNA works, and it applies to every single woman. Number 10, I want to have fuck buddies, but I feel guilty about it. How can I date multiple women without feeling bad about myself for doing it? This is actually a question I get a surprising amount. Many guys, of course, we want to have sex with a ton of girls, but there's also a part of us that can feel slightly guilty. Like we're using this girl for sex without giving her a proper relationship, quote unquote. The problem with this is you're projecting your own values and beliefs onto women, and you're assuming that every woman is looking for a serious relationship, when in fact, nothing could be further from the truth. In the modern age, many women are very focused on their career or their education, and in my experience, these women are actually looking for a chill guy they can have fun with, hook up, have sex, maybe see each other once a week or every couple of weeks, and not have to live together and do the whole long-term relationship thing. In fact, one of the best kept secrets that you'll learn more about in the course is that many women are actively searching for a guy who they can be friends with benefits with. They just don't talk about it because they don't want to be labeled as sluts. The Friends of Benefit system will show you how to spot these women who are looking for casual sex from a mile away, so you can easily turn them into your sex buddies. It's a very simple process because that's actually what she wants too, so you're just fulfilling a need she already has. Number 11, can I really trust your money back guarantee? Yes, you can absolutely trust my guarantee, and it's an unconditional guarantee, which means if you want to refund the course, you don't even need to provide a reason. You can just email me, ask for a refund, and me or one of my polite, friendly customer service reps will give you your money back immediately, no questions asked. If anything, I've maybe even made it too easy for you to get a refund because, you know, if you were a dirtbag, you could simply get the course, use it to get a bunch of girls to have sex with you and then get a refund anyway. But it's not something I really care to focus on much. And the truth is, I put so much work into this program and really obsessed over making it perfect. And I'm so proud of it that if you don't like it, then I honestly don't want your money. So yes, you can absolutely trust my guarantee. So those are the main questions I'll be getting about the Friends of Benefit system. Hopefully your question was answered, but if not, and you're still trying to figure out if this is right for you, honestly, the only way to find out is to click the button below and complete your order now. You have a full 60 days to go through the program and decide if it's right for you or not. If you don't like it, you can choose to get a refund later. It's really not a big deal. So you don't need to make your decision right now. Just get your foot in the door. Click the button below to complete your order while there's still time. Check out the system,